Now, another Shawshank graduate, Clancy Brown, turns up in Pathfinder playing one of the hairy, horned hordes who rush around going, in Pathfinder. So the story, what there is of it, starts, right, with horned Vikings invade and, pillaging amongst Native Americans, but they accidentally leave behind a small child. Now, the small child then kind of grows up to become a great native warrior who will then have to defend his now new people against the fact that we know the Vikings are going to come back. We know they're going to because, hey, they're Vikings and that's what they do, okay? Now, here's the thing. There's been some fuss from purists that Vikings apparently didn't wear horned helmets. Apparently it's not true. Right?
Viking purists?
Viking purists, yeah. They're getting really cross about it.
I speak as a Viking.
Do you? Oh, yes, you are. That's right. You had your blood tested and you're a Viking.
DNA, it's all been proved.
Did your people used to wear horned helmets?
Well, put it this way. That weekend I was given a horned helmet to wear.
Yeah, well, apparently that's a historically inaccurate horned helmet.
Looks good.
That's exactly the position of the filmmakers. They said, you know what, we know they didn't. But hey, it's what audiences expect, and we're not in the business of history, we're in the business of entertainment, so we're going to put the horned helmets on. And a lot of purists have put their hands up and said, how terrible are you? I don't care. I really don't care whether or not I don't care whether they're wearing shoes on their head. I don't care whether they're dressed from head to foot in feathers. I don't care. What I want is a little bit of entertainment. Sadly, the movie is directed by Marcus Nispel. So consequently, entertainment, there is none. Marcus Nispel was the person whose previous crimes against cinema include completely destroying the Texas Chainsaw Massacre with his completely hideous, stupid remake of it. Now, he's taken a European movie that in the 1980s, I think, was nominated or may even have won the Oscar for Best Foreign Language Film, updated it by backdating it, and so what we get is yet another Marcus Nispel movie that looks like all the other sub-advertising garbage that he does. You know, a while ago, somebody developed this kind of bleached-out photography technique, cameras shaking all over the place, let's take all that out, all the reds, let's make everything look grey and grainy and blue and blah, 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 make it all look like a pop video, make it all look like an advert for men's cosmetics, make it all look like, an advert for a credit card. Let's have an edit every 5 seconds. Let's not hold any shot for any length of time. Let's put a terrible, droning, pop music-y style score all over it, and let's just turn the volume up so loud that nobody notices that what they're watching has got no story whatsoever. Marcus Nispel is surely one of the worst storytellers in the world, and this movie was so it says on the BBFC thing it's rated 15, contains strong bloody violence. It also contains extreme tedium, and I was sitting in a row of critics, and I promise you, the critic to my left of me, the critic to my right of me, and me all at some point, despite the head-banging noise, dozed off. Had a little bit of a kip, didn't matter. He woke up, same thing was happening. Bunch of hairy guys, big horns, stomp, 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 ugh, 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 stomp, stomp. A little bit of a snore, a little bit of a think, worry about did I leave the gas on, wake up, what's happening? Oh, stomp, 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 horns, 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 stomp, stomp, stomp. I'll go out to the toilet, come back in again, what's happening? Stomp, 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 horns, horns, and in the end, everyone... actually, I won't tell you what happens in the end. I'm not going to spoil
everyone
that
what, goes to heaven?
No, it's a Viking film, isn't it? If
Viking heaven.
Well, Viking
goes
heaven
and have tea and biscuits.
They all say, you know what? All this stomping around's made me really thirsty, and this helmet's really hot. That's what they would do in a Monty Python.
Have a cup of tea.
It's absolute rubbish, and somebody should really speak very strongly to Marcus Nispel and say, look, you know what? You're not a filmmaker. You're an advertising man. Go back to making adverts and commercials and that, because anything over 3 minutes, you're just boring everybody. Even that sequence when everyone has to walk across the great frozen lake and everyone starts falling in. There's no tension in it. No one cares. Everyone's just going, I hope the ice melts, so they all go into it, and that'll be the end of that. It's really, really rubbish.